Today we have the MX Master 3, the Master Series by Logitech. I'm looking forward to checking this out. Nice looking box. Let's see what's inside. What's in the box? There we go. So we have the MX Master 3 case here. The case has a nice MX logo on it, which is nice. Nice presentation there. Has a little taped up cardboard to keep it steady. And of course, we'll have the unifying dongle, unifying receiver. So if it has that little orange guy, that means you can hook up multiple devices to it. So, and here, there's just a nice USB-C cord for the device itself. Lots of paperwork, of course, but we don't need that right now. So here is the MX Master 3. So we have these two little guys here. So I'll pull this little sticker off. So it's a nice easy slide here. It's a nice where your thumb can rest there. Oh, this is actually a button. That's what it is. So this part's a button. Obviously there's these two buttons, this scroll wheel. This guy has a little detent, so that's nice. And this is the button to switch between devices. So I have the MX Keys keyboard. This has, I put one unifying dongle with my work laptop, one with my personal laptop, and then Bluetooth for my, I have the Dell XPS 9710, which does not have a USB-A receiver. So when I have it on the docking station, I use it with the dongle, and then when I don't have it, I use the Bluetooth. So I'll use the same setup here. My current mouse is the Logitech M720. I don't know if that's going to show there or not, but there it is. So you can see this mouse is a little bit bigger, which is good because I have big hands. This mouse has the wheel, but this is obviously a nicer wheel on the MX. And now this one does have a little indicator to let you know what device you're on, which I do like. I'm hoping this one will light up. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. This one has two buttons here and then the two buttons here. This one does not have a side scroll wheel. It does have a button here, and this one has a button here. So this one costs a lot more than this guy. So if you're looking for this kind of action, but you can't afford it, the 720 is a excellent mouse. It does not have the scroll wheel. Really, it's about the only difference, I think. This one's battery powered, of course, and this one's USB-C. But this is obviously just a nicer, bigger for your hand device. You know, I have a very large hand, but I can still, fits good. I do like my thumb fitting here. It's pretty good. I don't normally use these buttons. Like I said, this one has them, but I don't actually use them on it. So I'll show you how I map it to the dongle. We'll move that to the computer, and then I'll use it for a little bit and give you my thoughts on it. But looks wise, it's a very good looking mouse if you care about that. I do like this wheel. I didn't have any problems with this one, but it's, after using them side by side, that's obviously this one's a much nicer wheel. I will use this one, like I'm a businessman. And for spreadsheets is what I'm looking for, is to be able to scroll over on the spreadsheets with it. I think that will be very nice. Sometimes web pages, but you know, mainly spreadsheets. All right, so here's the Logitech M720 that I've had for quite some time, and I'm a big fan of. As you can see, this guy is nicer. It's a better hand fit. Sits up higher. It's bigger overall. I have big hands. My friend Tony. All my friends are losers. Tony. Loser. My friend Tony. All my friends are losers. He has a small hand, so he probably would prefer something like this, maybe even smaller. Me, I need a bigger mouse for a bigger hand. And yeah. So I'm glad I'm choosing this. And I do work with spreadsheets quite often, so this side scroll is mainly what I'll be using that for. I will say I do switch between devices, so I switch between my personal desktop, work laptop, and personal laptop. So I use all three of these switching to switch this device from the different ones. You can also switch the MX Master 3, but the button's on the bottom, so I gotta pick it up, push this button, shoot this laser in my eyeball, blind myself, permanently damage my vision. Whereas here, I can just go boop boop, and then I'm done. So I'm gonna predict I'm not gonna like that. Because like here, I can just go, now I gotta go, see, all the effort to push that button. But I am gonna like this little side scroll, and I'm gonna like the fit of the mouse better. So, as I said, I have 3 devices, so I have 3 dongles. Well, currently I have 2 dongles and a Bluetooth, but I'm gonna use a third with this guy. But for now, we're just gonna use the existing one. So you can see my screen here. Normally, if you plugged in the dongle, it would pop this up, or if you connected the mouse. And here you can see it has my 2 existing, but I'm gonna add a new device. I'm gonna add a unifying device here. All right, so the devices, so now I'm gonna turn my device on. This button here, just slide it upwards. And now it's blinking on the 1. This is my 1 device, so I do like that. And there you go, it's already seeing it. So it is moving, yes. Hit next, and we'll hit finish. So now we got that taken care of. And then here we can see my 3 devices. The M720 Triathlon multi-device mouse, the MX Keys wireless keyboard, and the MX Master 3 mouse. This one has an internal battery. This one, you can just replace that battery. I think I've replaced that maybe once since I've had it. I do have to charge the keyboard up somewhat frequently. Not frequently, but I would say weekly. All right, so here's the mouse. Again, it's a very cool looking mouse. I do like it. The mag speed scroll wheel, it automatically shifts from line to line scrolling to free scrolling when you scroll faster. That was pretty good. That's between the ratchet and free spin. So yeah, like it has like a little detent when you move it here. You won't be able to hear that, I'm sure. There's no noise, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it makes a noise when you push this. Now it spins. I prefer the ratchet mode. So this little button here, what they're talking about there, there's like a little nub right there, and then this will click. Oop, didn't want that time. So currently it switches between desktops, and then, oh, I guess you hold it and then go. Oh, I don't like that at all. Hold it and then, I don't like that. So I'll probably turn that button off. It would be good for MacBooks where you can switch between desktop modes here. I would have used that, but again, I no longer have a MacBook. I used to have a MacBook. Well, I recently bought the MX keyboard, and that was because I had a MacBook, but now I no longer have one. Now this, I'm gonna be a big fan of, because I have a large monitor, and I like things zoomed in. You can see here, my display settings, I keep it cranked up to 175%, sometimes 150%, but usually always more than 100%. I like big text. I got perfect vision. I had laser surgery many years ago, still 2020, but I just like things big because I'm a big dude, so I like big things. So yeah, right there is what I'm gonna use it for. I'm gonna use it for Excel. I don't want it to zoom on Word, and I don't use PS because I don't keep secrets. So this, in theory, I would use a lot to go forward and back between tabs, or forward back on the pages, open a new link by pressing this down, because this is a button as well. This is a button that will click down. I'm not gonna use it. Well, I use Azure Work, so it does the same thing though, right? Yeah. Microsoft Word, redo or undo. That would be confusing. I wouldn't like that. Auto scroll, I don't know what that means. Pan, horizontal scroll, yes. PowerPoint zoom. I would think this would change slides, but I guess not. Redo and undo is what it kind of sticks to. Start, stop video. Mute. I don't like that. I don't want my muting, yes, but starting the video by accident, I would not like that. Well, I do have the Logitech Brio, and I have a little cover on it, so I'm not using it. I will keep it covered, so I guess it won't be a problem. Zoom, same thing. Just this middle button, it's funny. Volume control, that's all right, I guess. But I guess you can change all these, I see. Oh, that's pretty nice. It tells you what I have installed already, and it will adjust there, which is good. Oh, I can uninstall it. I'm not gonna use PowerPoint. We'll try installing these profiles. We'll see if that actually is something I want to use or not. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one off, I guess. This one makes noise. This one goes side to side. I don't think this one does. Maybe it does, I don't know. I never use that feature anyhow, but yeah, this one in theory, there's little arrows on there too. All right, back to my options. So gesture button. You can have it do gesture. I don't want to do gesture, so I can do task view, mute, minimize a window, change pointer speed. I don't want a keystroke. Change pointer speed, I don't want that. Minimize a window. I can see wanting it to do that. Push that to minimize my windows. I'll leave that for now, I guess. Switch applications, show how desktop, that I do actually want. That's what I want. So yeah, that's gonna be very useful then to hit that button and just minimize. Let me do that when I'm finished. So you can snap windows, that's pretty good. You can do a lot of cool stuff with that. All right, I'll take it back. That's pretty nice. I do like that button. Oh, screenshot tool, ooh. I got excited there. I use that a lot. So you can do a ton of stuff. All right, this guy, it's gonna stick to what it is. You get all those options again? You do. I could think mute might be an option. We'll leave it how it is for now. Middle button. Oh, you can do that. All these things, huh? So you can make this a very powerful device. I don't use it for anything. Horizontal scroll. Yeah, no, I want horizontal scroll for everything. Forward. I can make that volume up and down. That seems like something I would like. I'm gonna leave it for now just to see. Point and scroll, what's that? Oh, traditional direction. Oh, I don't know which one I want. Oh, look at that, you can swap that around too. The thumbnail, you can make it. So this, like, you know, versus MacBook versus Windows versus Chrome, sometimes like on a trackpad, they go different ways. I like mine a certain way, but I don't know what that's calling it. Ratchet. I don't know what Smart Shift is. Flow is between two devices, I don't want that. Let's see if our software is up to date. All right, this device. And it's on my current firmware, I guess. Oh, so I can turn that off. Like say I don't like that in Word, I can remove it. That's pretty good. Or if I want to add something, if I want to just turn that off entirely, that's also pretty good. All right, I like that. All right, so again, that's my #1 profile. That's pretty nice. When I turn it over, it lights up. I don't know if it like yeah, it goes off, but when you first move it, it's like right now it's probably off, and then when I flip it, boom, it comes on. See that one come on? All right, so that's pretty good. I like that. So maybe that won't be so bad. But like here, I can just look and see which one. Like when I turn this on, you can see which profile it is. It's on #1 right now, and then I can switch #2, #3, and then back to #1, of course. All right, let me give you an example. Here's a spreadsheet just from a class I had from my MBA program. And like, let's say I'm using this wheel and then scrolling this way, but it's way too fast. Let's slow that bad boy down. So let's turn that way down here. Now let me hit this button, see if it does it. All right, everything goes down. Look at that, that's nice.
Well, that's nice.
All right, this mouse is gonna be my new best friend. Still pretty fast. Turn you all the way down.
Slow down for me, you moving too fast.
All right, that's better. This is pretty cool, I think. I'm gonna like it. So I do like the hand feel already. It already feels way better than this one. Like my hand's pretty flat here. Like, and then plus it's higher up. I got this little Razer guy for my son. He hated it, but for me, it's gonna be pretty great, especially with the bigger mouse. Even though I'm an Alienware man, this guy's pretty nice. All right, I think that's it. If for some reason I hate it, I'll add on to the video, but I don't think I'm going to, so I won't add on to it. You're just gonna assume that I'm gonna love it because I already love this one, and this is just a much nicer version, so there's really no reason for me to not love this one. And with all the fancy doodads, it's gonna be a lot better. And I'll do that same process for the other dongle that I have in my other computer, but that's my work computer, so I'm not gonna record that. And then the third one would just be my laptop, currently the Dell XPS 9710, which is Bluetooth. But I just bought an Alienware laptop, so I'll put a dongle in it and make it wireless, but not Bluetooth. All right, just follow up. I've been using this for a while, and I do very much like the mouse. As predicted, I hate having to flip it over and push this button. You may notice here I have a Logitech mouse pad now. This is fairly inexpensive. I think I paid $10 for it. It's pretty good. This mouse on this desk was having a hard time. Every once in a while it would be wonky. I never had that problem with the cheaper one, but the more expensive MX Master 3 did have a problem. So I picked up this fairly inexpensive mouse pad that looks pretty good, works pretty good. I still use it with the Razer wrist rest, and this little combination is pretty good for me. Another flaw, essentially, part of the benefit is being able to switch between 3 devices. And another benefit is having the scroll wheel. So one, it's annoying having to flip it over and switch it because on my keyboard, the buttons are just right here that I can just hit very easily. For this one, you have to flip it over and switch it. So if you're like, oftentimes I will have a laptop on my desktop while I'm working and have my work computer on my main monitor, my personal laptop off to the side, and then I can switch inputs to type something or do something. It was very easy with this one here. I mean, it's still not hard, but it's an extra motion, right? The other benefit was the scroll wheel. I find even in the slowest setting, it goes too fast. And then 2, if you don't have this application installed, it doesn't really work. So that should not be a problem, except for my work device, you can't install applications. So I can't install this, and therefore this doesn't do anything. It still switches and it still works. The mouse still works fine. This thing still, everything works fine, but this scroll wheel doesn't work. Some things work, like this button still works, but the side scroll wheel does not work, at least not in these specific applications still. So I don't know what's happening there. Also, the smart shifts. Smart shifts is where right now I have it set to, you know the word, right? And then as you scroll, it clicks. And if you go really fast, it will switch to spinning smoothly. I can push this button to make it go smoothly, or push this button to make it click, you know, you can see right here. So watch. I'm gonna push it, and now we're in the smooth way, so I'm smoothly spinning it. You can hear once I switch that over. So the Smart Shift does it automatically. So if you're like scrolling down a page, it will move to the smooth roll. I didn't like that. I found it odd in practice. So I still very much like the mouse. I like the way it fits my hand. I like, it works. I do like this mouse pad a lot. I think it looks kind of cool, actually. It matches the theme of Logitech Options, right? I have this Logitech wrist pad as well for the keyboard, and then they need one for the mouse, I guess, but I do like how big this Razer one is. It works pretty good for me. Doesn't properly fit my color theme, that's okay. So overall, I really like the mouse. One of the things I bought it for is this wheel, and it does not work properly with my applications on my work device. On my personal device, it still works, but it still moves pretty fast. Even though I slowed it all the way down, it still moves very fast. I still like it. It works good. I like my thumb rest here. This is pretty good. I like that. And when I dipped back to this one for a little bit, I found it odd going back to not having this little thumb rest thing. So I do recommend this one over this one, even though I much prefer the button setup here. Everything else though on this one is better, but I do like this button switcher being here. But overall, it's an excellent mouse. Highly like it. And again, you may be able to dial this in for your particular application, but for me, what I wanted to do, scroll sideways and stuff, it doesn't work on my work computer because I can't install Logitech Options. All right, thanks for checking me out. If you made this far, you really should like, obviously, because you liked it if you watched this much, and two, you should subscribe because I'm pretty funny. Video's pretty good. I'm currently at 15,139 subscribers as recording this, so you can make that number go higher. All right, thanks.